ways that minimalism can help you be a more honest and productive person in 2018. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, my name is Nicole from theladypreferstosave.com, and today I am bringing you another video in my minimalism series, and this time 7 ways that minimalism can help you be a more honest person in 2018. So if you'd like to see a few ways that can help you in your day-to-day life, stay tuned. As you all may know, I am a minimalist. I am an intentional minimalist in my home, in my business, in my finances, and in my personal life. And one of the ways that I am challenging myself this year through my minimalism journey is to use the techniques and philosophies of minimalism to help me be a more honest and productive person in the different facets of my life. Over the past few weeks, I've noticed some areas that I myself really need to work on. And so while I was journaling and having a little me time today to write those thoughts down, I figured I might as well share them with my community and see what else everyone else might be needing to hear this time of year. I find that winter is kind of an isolating time for a lot of people. And so why not take that time of isolation and instead turn it into a period and a season of truth telling? And so here are my thoughts on the 7 ways that minimalism can help you be a more honest and productive person this year. The first way that you can be a more honest person this year is by not making dates that you don't intend to keep. And by that I mean we all casually have done this. We've seen a friend in public at the grocery store, or maybe engaged with someone who added us as a friend on Facebook from high school, and we always say the obligatory, oh, we should meet up, oh, we should have a cup of coffee. But the thing about that is, if you actually don't intend to have any engagement with this person, don't say it. If you don't intend to stay in this person's life throughout the year, don't send them messages. Don't give them birthday accolades. Don't congratulate them on their assignments. If you don't intend to be in their network, don't congratulate them on things on LinkedIn. Don't be engaged with people who you really don't intend to be engaged with in the long haul. This might seem kind of mean, but it's a very honest way to live. You should invest in the people that are part of your tribe. And by that, I don't mean to be cruel and dissident to other people, but you can be honest and caring from a distance. It is better to have that person know where they stand in your life, for them to think that this person never called, this person never interacted with me again. I must have offended them. Why have someone sit in doubt over your intentions when that's not really what you meant in the first place? So this year, instead of just making casual conversation to get away from awkward situations, just say, it was great to have seen you. I'm so glad you're doing well. I am so glad your children are doing well. I'm grateful that you had that business opportunity. And let that be that. The second way you can be a more honest person this year is by not apologizing for things that you're not sorry for. Standing up and standing out for your personal beliefs, that you are seen as an aggressor, and a few other words that I won't really put into this video, especially in the workplace. Apologizing for things that you don't mean doesn't make you a nice person or a kind person. It makes you a disingenuous person, a passive-aggressive person, a lesser version of yourself. Always be honest in your intentions. Always say that you're sorry when you've actually done something wrong, and not because it's what you think society has placed upon you to do. Because think about when you're actually sorry and you've made a transgression against somebody. If you're constantly putting out the I'm sorry speech to people, then they just won't believe you. And there's very few things in this world worse than someone not allowing you to atone for your mistakes because they simply just don't believe you. The third way that you can be a more honest person this year is by not lying to spare the feelings of others. This includes telling people what they actually need to hear, not allowing people to gossip in your presence, not allowing others to forget that they are in fact entitled to their opinion, but they are not entitled to facts. And if you know something is true, then by all means, share a link, put up a scholarly note, show the evidence that you have to the contrary of their opinion. Never let someone bully you out of any kind of an academic pursuit. Don't be afraid of telling people that their opinion of you is okay, but that opinion is none of your business. And don't be afraid to remind others that the anonymity of the internet does not excuse poor behavior. If it's something that you wouldn't say to a person's face, then you certainly shouldn't say it behind their backs or on a screen. This also includes being honest to your family, and not in a mommying way. Don't be afraid to be constructive, to be able to tell someone when something needs to be corrected. Don't be afraid of letting people fail, because it's the only way that we'll ever really learn. And don't be afraid to call people out on their prejudice. Unless people are told differently, people never change. If someone says something around a dinner table, or you overhear a conversation standing in line by your barista or wherever your public encounter is, don't be afraid to speak on that. You can speak on the prejudice of others without being demeaning in their person and in their presence. If someone is being homophobic or sexist or classist or rude, or they're anti-Semitic or anti-Muslim or anti-woman, if someone is chastising someone's children, or you hear a comment about someone who's a veteran, or something that you know is simply not true, don't be afraid to call people out on those stereotypes. It can be done in a compassionate manner. And if you say nothing, you are being part of the problem. And remember that Dr. King once said that in the end of our days, it is not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends that is deafening. Fourth way we can be a more honest person in 2018 is by stop believing the lie that we castigate others into. And by that I mean, stop believing the worst in people. When someone shows you who they are, for better or for worse, believe them. It is my experience that most often than not, that's a positive light. And we should all stop castigating and creating the lie that says people are the light that we have created them to stand in. Just because we have a history of a certain trait or a way that we approach situations or the way that we believe something is, that doesn't mean it's always the right view. We should always try to find the best in other people, and if we find that to not be the case, we can always love from a distance. But it is always better to stop promoting the lie that people are a certain way and that people never change. And fifth way we can be a more honest person in 2018 is to stop living beyond our means. Too many people are trying to buy things that they can't afford with money they don't have, to impress people that they don't like, to live a life that they're not meant to live. This debt also creates a burden in the relationships that we have with others, the way that we view the world, and our own circumstances. It changes the way that we're able to function, and often not for the good. Debt is a bondage, and living beyond your means is how you put yourself into that bondage. And as my grandmother used to say, there's only three things worth going to debt for at all, and that's your education, your home, and your health. And any cost incurred in those three should be paid back as quickly as possible. Debt is an excuse. We don't have to live beyond our means, and so one of the ways we can be more honest this year is by being honest about our finances. The sixth way we can be a more honest person in 2018 is if we stop being someone we weren't meant to be. The reason that most of us aren't happy is because we're following a path that's not meant for us, living a life that's not intended for us, and speaking on matters that don't affect us. Being an honest and truthful person means standing in the light that you were meant to live. Only you can live that life, and only you are meant to be in the position that you currently are right now. Because being truthful about who you are is the only way that you will have everlasting joy, find peace, and be the person you were meant to be. And the seventh way that you can be a more honest person in 2018 is by stopping the lie that says that you're always okay. How often are we asked how we are, and we feel that the best response is an obligatory tone of apathy? I'm fine, I'm great, and putting on the mask and the facade that things aren't the way that they are. That's not a way to live, and it's not a way to conduct business, and it's not a way to be a productive human being. We have to stop perpetuating this myth that everyone is okay. We need to encourage people's vulnerability. We need to allow people to be honest in our presence, and we need to be honest in theirs. We need to tell people exactly how we're doing. I am struggling in this area of my life. Because if you don't tell people about the struggles, then there's no room left for you to be a hero or a heroine. There's no way to move up the mountain if you haven't descended first. That's just not how the reality and the brevity of situations are. We have to stop living behind this mask and this facade, this self-imposed apathy that we always have to be okay. Some things are hard and some days are not going to be great. Sometimes we need to cry and we need to be open and honest and forge those conversations with people. And we need to quit asking people how they are if we truly don't want to hear about it. When we're too hurt and broken as people ourselves, don't engage other people. Work on yourself and be a better person, and then ask other people how they are. We have to remember that the deepest and most sincere of friendships are forged in the trenches of life. People need to know that they are appreciated and wanted. Most people want to help. Let them help. Start by an honest and open dialogue with the people in your life and let them know how you are. A great example of this is I live in the United States, in a country where it is easier to get a gun permit than a referral to a mental health facility, where people spend so much unnecessary money and acquire homes that they don't really want and lead these lives of just monotonous chaos for decade after decade, when an honest and open conversation could have been, I'm not okay, and I'm not happy, and there's things that I could do about this. We'll sit and watch YouTube and see the memes where there's dogs holding up signs saying, I did something bad and I'm not happy. But we can't even extend that nicety to ourselves, and that's something that we really need to be honest and work on this year. And that starts by just telling people how you actually are. Friends, I say all that to say this. There's never a better time to lead the life you were meant to have. And that for me starts with a life of intentionality. And I find that minimalism helps me not only have that intentionality in my home, in my personal life, in my business, but my interactions with others. And remember, there's no weirdness here and there's no judgment in this community. It's all about kindness. So whatever's going on, I would love to hear about it. If you're not comfortable posting it on YouTube, shoot me an email. My business email is nicole@theladypreferstosave.com or theladypreferstosave@gmail.com as well. I would definitely love to speak with any of you, and I hope that I will be a person who can be an example of what a minimalist path will look like. And so, as always, thank you so much for watching. I would love it, in light of the new YouTube rules this week, if you could subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any awesome new videos. Turn on those notifications. Go ahead and leave me a comment below. And as always, please be kind to yourself and to others, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for watching.